Hello, Joseph Clay here with my Royal Ascot Day 2 Racing Tips 2022. This podcast is sponsored by Ken Dunworth Real Estate. Ken is an Irishman who's one of the top producers of sales in real estate in Central Kentucky area. So if you have any aspirations to move to Kentucky, Ken is a great person to give a call to find the perfect farm, house, whatever you'd like in real estate. He's the top man. Going on to our racing tips for day 2 of Royal Ascot. We've picked out 2 races. If you haven't watched our podcast before, we try to utilize the Vullier dosage tool from Bloodstock Evaluator that measures the 6 foundation sires of the thoroughbred that have a prepotent influence on each horse. That is what the theory is. And so it comes up with a number that corresponds to the sire influence, and each sire influence has a specific attribute. Like Hermit, which we look for in these 2-year-old races particularly, is acceleration and turn of foot, and Hampton is striding ability, Bindor is speed. That's what a lot of the American horses have, and then St. Simon is stamina. And then Hampton is more toughness. So if you see that number in a high percentage, then you know that horse has a toughness about him that can stand the training. So it's interesting on these, we particularly just go for these unexposed races specifically because you just don't know. Yes, speed figures, but you know, when they all come together in a race, you know, obviously post position and speed figures all play a big part, but the pedigree as well and the physicality of the horse. So we've picked out 2 races today for the second day. We have the 2:30 Ascot Queen Mary Stakes, and we're going with Carl Burke's Dramatized. He is one of the favorites. He's 4-1, but he won by 4 lengths the last time out. He has good speed rating, but he has a really great profile, a great turn of foot, striding ability, a certain amount of speed. Carl Burke, he does very well. A few years ago, I tipped out one of his horses at 14-1, actually. And actually, I have in this race 2 Carl Burke horses in the frame. I generally pick 3 horses because doing a tri-cast, because sometimes, you know, you pick the favorite because they have the best speed figures, but then, you know, the horse that's sort of second, third odds comes in and wins. So that's why you really have to, particularly, you know, you have to back them each way, and you back a couple horses to win in place each way. I like to play the dual forecast because just being in the States, that's what we like to do here. So going back, so I have Dramatized to win the race, but Ascot is trained by Carl Burke as well, or Carl Burke, I should say, 16-1. He has a great profile, great turn of foot, striding ability, speed. You can see here, this is his profile. He has Dandy Man, high speed, Bindor, Gallopin, which is striding ability, and Hermit. I know these numbers, but we're just looking at it in a unique standpoint of the pedigree. As a thoroughbred breeder, the pedigree, and when you're breeding horse, the sire and the dam, and getting that physicality of the sire and the mare, and finding that right attributes, they both complement each other in that mating process. And there's so many different variables. That's why thoroughbred racing is so amazingly fascinating. And I'm just taking it on the unique standpoint of the breeding side and utilizing this tool. But obviously, the pedigree plays into a big part. But we're just looking at this tool from Bloodstock Evaluator, which you can check out. So, going on to, so for the 230 Queen Mary, you have dramatized 4-1 trained by K.R. Burke. Ascot, trained by K.R. Burke, 16-1, great profile. And then we have a very long shot, 33-1, Queen of Deville, one first time out, trained by Mark and Charlie Johnson. So this horse, I feel, has a great speed profile, and you just never know. So these are great place horses, each way, but there you go. Going on to the last race, the 2-year-old race that we're tipping out, we're going to go with the standard Little Big Bear, trained by Aidan O'Brien for the Windsor Castle 535. This horse is by no nay never, has a very fast profile, and has been fast, just won last time out. So that is the standard bear. He's going to be hard to beat. But, we have 2 other horses that could potentially be in the frame as well, and who knows, could reverse the form. Bolt Action, trained by Roger Varian. He won by 4 lengths the last time, 10-1. And then we have another horse that trained by Ed Walker, Union Court. He's 18-1. He's won twice. He has another great profile. We're looking at, with these races going uphill at Ascot. He's drawn wide, 23. Bolt Action is drawn number 1. And Little Big Bear is mid-range, drawn 12. So I know that the draw is important. We've kind of thrown out in this race Wesley Ward's horse. I just don't think that he's at the level that he's had other horses, but I could be wrong. But going uphill at Ascot, it takes such a, you have to have all the gears. So, we're trying to give you, obviously Aidan O'Brien's horse is the favorite. He's a worthy favorite. This horse, he's a very fast profile, 5 furlongs. He could do the job. But to have a couple longer price horses to back each way, if, in Roger Varian's a good true trainer, Bolt Action, 10-1, and then we have a really long price, Ed Walker, Union Court at 18-1 to be in the frame. Thank you for watching our podcast. We'll be tipping out for the rest of the Royal Ascot week. Have a great day. Thank you for watching our podcast. Thank you.